Aerialbots, show them what you've got.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. For today's video, we're going to be checking out the Transformers Age of the Primes Deluxe Class Air Raid, the first of 5 Aerialbots, which once combined will form the mighty Superion. And I've got to say, guys, so far I am super impressed. Definitely off to a way better start in comparison to the Studio Series Constructicons. So, as we whack up an image of how he appeared in the original G1 cartoon, I think it's looking likely that this is the best version of the character so far made. And definitely a lot of that has to do with this guy not really transforming into an actual limb. Instead, much like the Legacy Stunticons, he just kind of forms additional armor for the combined mode, really allowing the design team to solely focus their efforts in nailing the individual forms. The head sculpts and the entire upper chest are incredibly G1 accurate, and I really like how they've this time round swapped the silver paint for grey so that he does better match up with some of the more recent updates. The legs too are incredibly solid and are mostly filled in front side to back, something that unfortunately cannot be said for the likes of his teammate Slingshot. The back of Air Raid 2 is super close to his animation model. I do believe though that he is sporting an additional pair of tail fins that shouldn't quite be there, but conveniently these can be removed to not only create for a much cleaner look, but also can double as a pair of additional handheld weapons. Cruising through Air Raid's accessories, he includes his original G1 blasters, which have both been super nicely detailed and are also blast effect compatible. These can also double as the main form of firepower when in jet mode by being slapped onto the underside of the wings. Nosediving our way into this guy's posability, definitely looking to be a big improvement in comparison to the previous Combiner Wars version. So to begin with, the head is packing a supreme ball joint. This can look up and down, tilt side to side, and can be spun left to right. His shoulders can kick forwards, backwards, as well as they're out to the side. The bicep can spin, and the elbow can bend there to 90. Although unfortunately, due to the way this guy transforms, there are no proper wrist joints. But despite the backpack, the waist can spin all the way around. The hips are incredibly dynamic. These can kick forwards and backwards to an equal range. He's even packing a pretty deadly high kick. The thigh can spin, the knee can bend there to 90, and the ankles can kick forwards and can also rock inwards. But to see how aerodynamic this guy really is, let's now put him through the post test. Blasting through some comparisons, unfortunately I don't own any of the previous Aerialbots, just as I never thought they really looked all that great. But in comparison to the Combiner Wars version, I think it's safe to say that visually, this guy looks way closer to the original G1 cartoon. Next up is the Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime, the main man himself, the myth, the legend that is the Earthrise Optimus Prime, Studio Series 86 Starscream, Prime's right hand man, Voyager class Ironhide, 86 movie Constructicon Scrapper, and I do believe that makes 2 combiner teams running throughout both Studio Series and Age of the Primes. But watch this space, guys, as that is very quickly about to become 3 with the upcoming release of Combaticon Vortex, Transformers Legacy Deluxe Class Stunticon Dragstrip, then finally Deluxe Class Bumblebee.
Autobots, transform!
So, for the first step, take a hold of the fist and slide this inside the forearm. You'll then take the arm, pull this section down until eventually this does snap into place. You'll then take the back wing and fold this section forwards, and again guys, be sure to do the same for that second side. So, take the fist, slide this here inwards, take the arm, fold this section downwards until eventually this does snap into place. You'll then take the second wing and pull this section forwards. What you'll then do is now take a hold of the head sculpt and proceed to spin this all the way around until eventually the back is now facing the front. You'll then take the chest plate with the Autobot insignia slapped on the front and proceed to flick this upwards. For the next step, we can now take a hold of the backpack. First of all, slide this section forwards and then proceed to slide it backwards. Once completed, we can fully extend this here upwards until this does snap into place. That right there, guys, is the entire upper half now fully transformed. We can then take the legs and proceed to combine those bad boys directly down the middle. You'll then spin here to the side where we will first of all take the feet and use these in order to slide the shins upwards. Now on the underside of this panel is a slot that this tab here is going to slide into. So take the foot, slide that section backwards, and again guys, be sure to do the same for that second side. What you'll then do is now take the back of the legs and begin shifting these downwards by making use out of these double hinge joints. Eventually these will slide all the way down and will combine along with the front half. For the next step, we can now take these back fins and first of all slide these downwards, spin here to the side, take the second set and begin to spin these here upwards, exactly like this. For one final finishing touch, we can now take the shins and the feet and slide these here to the underside of the jet until these do snap into place. Once completed, that right there guys is Air Raid, now fully transformed. Soaring through the battlefield of Autobot City, here is Air Raid now fully transformed into his jet mode. And as we compare him to how he appeared on the show, from a topside view looking again to be incredibly accurate. Definitely taking a lot of inspiration from an F-15 Eagle. The details throughout the jet are looking sharp and there are also some pretty decent paint apps smacked onto the tip of the wings. The side profile is definitely decent, although I think could have looked even better had they been able to find a way to conceal both the shins and the feet of the robot mode. The back boosters though are blast effect compatible, again giving him the ability to boost his way into battle at the command of Optimus Prime.
Aerialbots, Perceptor's gone. Transform and find him.
Firing through some jet mode size comparisons, on the right hand side is the Studio Series 86 Commander Class Optimus Prime, the old legend Earthrise Optimus Prime, 86 movie Voyager Class Ironhide, Constructicon Scrapper, Stunticon Dragstrip, then finally the 86 movie Bumblebee. So, wrapping up on this review for the Transformers Age of the Primes Deluxe Class Air Raid. This is a very solid first entry into what will hopefully be a great combiner. The robot mode is incredibly cartoon accurate, definitely a big step up in comparison to the previous Combiner Wars version. The transformation is straightforward, resulting in a pretty decent F-15 jet mode. So in all, a great start to Superion. Definitely looking to rival the Studio Series Devastator in terms of which combiner will be better once fully complete. I would love to get your guys' thoughts on Air Raid down in the comment section below. What do you guys think? As always, I thank you all so much for watching, and until my next review, I'll see you then. Transform and roll out!